Okay guys, so welcome to this first blind playthrough of the Dungeon of Naheulbeuk, the Amulet of Chaos. I've never played a game like this before. A gripping tale where the story is prioritized over challenge, best for players who want to experience the story, battles more manageable to those who have no experience with tactical RPGs. Me, heroes have more health, do more damage and are more accurate. Enemies have slightly less health and are less accurate. Heroes begin the adventure with a generous stock of resources, gold, potions, bandages. The economy is more lax, the group earns more gold and essentials are cheaper. Weakened heroes are less handicapped. We want the tutorials on. With this option toggled on, your character's attribute points are allocated automatically. Each character will progress in the most central attributes, not recommended for expert players. I'm gonna put this on, dude, because I've got no idea what I'm doing. I want the female narrator. Alright guys, here we go. The Dungeon of Naheulbeuk. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I'm doing my best. Let us go forth, my companions.
You shall not pass.
Back for the ugly.
First chapter. A feeling of déjà vu. The party advances. A steely-eyed ranger, a brutal barbarian, a ruthless ogre, a wizardess with fiery hair, an agile elf, a wily thief, a dwarf, well, you know, just a dwarf. Together they have just crossed into the terrible dungeon of Naheulbeuk.
This dungeon's nothing to write home about.
Don't know what we'll find inside here, but it stinks.
That's easy. The ogre just took a dump 5 feet from the door.
I've got a strange feeling of déjà vu.
Because of the ogre shit?
Have you been here before?
I feel like I'd know if I had.
Probably not. No one's ever got in here before.
By the way, what is our quest?
We must find the 12th statuette of Gladalfura.
A statuette?
It's written in the tablets of Skellis that only a one-legged gnome from the northern forest, dancing by the moonlight in the middle of 12 statuettes wrapped in ham. As I was saying, only a one-legged gnome shall open the gates of Naheulbeuk and thus accomplish the prophecy.
But what is this strange prophecy?
No idea. We're only in it for the gold. That's why we came here.
Yeah, and I knocked before coming in.
And I called you a half-wit.
Okay, let's all get along, okay? Let's focus on the statuette.
Do we have any idea where it's located?
Like every statuette, it's in a treasure room, guarded by a powerful warlock. Battle!
Maybe his powers are even greater than mine.
Sounds about right. What kind of monsters live here?
So, if you look at the random encounter table, these are the monsters in this dungeon. Several kinds of undead, giant spiders, orcs, and goblins.
Goblins.
Underground trolls, warlocks, cursed knights, mutant rats, a bottle of oil, some toilet paper, 2 sponges, and ravioli.
I think you're also reading your shopping list. So no dragons, right?
Nah, well above our level, Cap. Anyway, let us go forth.
Alright, I've heard that there's a lot of cussing and humor in this, so I'm looking forward to that. Moving the party around is easy. Just click anywhere on the ground with the left mouse button. You can also hold left mouse button to lead the party. You can swap the leader by clicking on any character of your choosing. Let's get moving and exploring, shall we? Okay, zoom.
Halt! You arrived at a junction and must face 3 choices.
All those doors are closed and blocked off by a strange glowing seal.
Weird. And I'm having another déjà vu.
Oh, shiny, pretty. Probably some kind of magic lock we have to dispel.
No way we're getting over by some goddamn door. My cousin Klingly always says, if it's magic, hit it harder.
No, wait!
Uh-oh.
My head. You f***ing more... Where are they? Shit! Hey! Dwarf! Elf! Dang it! Did everybody get lost but me? What was that noise?
Alright, okay, I just want to test. So zoom, and then Q and E to rotate. You can also use WASD. Okay. Right. Let's go with searching.
Damn it, an orc. And I'm alone, of course, I'm alone!
This is the perfect opportunity to discuss the matter of combat, a crucial subject when adventuring in mysterious dungeons.
Open door! Gotta go! Me eats bad goat tripe!
No, I'm not done! Go away, you meanie!
Sounds like an elf. Anyway, be cool. He's alone. This shouldn't be a problem.
Every character has 2 action points. They can perform an action and move once per turn. They can also move further by using both action points, sacrificing their action. This is sprinting. Order is not a problem. This means you can move then attack, or the opposite. Be careful, as some action points will end your turn even if your character still has 2 action points. This orc looks rather distracted. Move the ranger on one of the 3 tiles behind him. As you can see with this orc, the orientation of the character is important. Backstabbing gives higher precision and will do more damage. Orient yourself towards the orc and backstab him. Time to attack. Select the melee attack in the action bar. Here you'll find an overview of afflictions and status effects which can affect the character and their durations in turns. You can also check in this box their judge value and percentage, their protection value, their level and their threat level. And we'll be learning as we go. Here are the details of your precision. This is very important. As you can see, you have a positioning bonus because you're standing behind the enemy. However, if your attack succeeds, your enemy may still dodge or parry your blow. This is not about having high precision. Attack the orc and kick his ass. Gotcha. The orc is not feeling so good. Use I or mouse wheel on him to access details about his statuses. The orc is weakened. This means he is less efficient now that he's all banged up. His precision, physical resistance, and magical resistance are worse. There are 3 weakness thresholds depending on your character's health. If a character's health bar changes color, this means they're weakened. This panel also allows you to see the detailed afflictions which affect the character. Here it's a penalty of -1 to movement for a duration of 2 turns. Now kill the orc. Do I have to select melee again? Is enough. Victory. At the end of combat, all characters gain some experience. They gain a baseline share just for having participated in the combat in a varying amount depending on their actions or their luck. A character who goes unconscious during combat will suffer a small penalty to the experience gain. The ranger has lost some health points. Heal him by giving him a potion or with the party heal button. Health does not regenerate between battles, so you have to make sure to heal wounds after combat.
Well, it tastes bad. Reminds me of my granny's soup.
Hooray! You saved me!
This is, yeah, he's, I mean, they're gone.
There were more than one?
So many I couldn't even count them. But I killed one, but sent them all running. Are you alright?
It was horrible. I found myself in these disgusting toilets. But where are the others? What's going on?
It's because of that moronic dwarf. He must have triggered a magic trap. The whole party's been scattered around this floor. We need to find them.
How about we don't find the dwarf?
No, we'll need his axe if there are other orcs.
Don't you think you could handle them by yourself?
Yeah, that's... Even the greatest heroes have their limits. Anyway, let's not hang around here.
Okay, 560 experience to all heroes. Now we need to be finding the members of our party.
Ah, here's the thief.
Yippee! Plus, he's not the dwarf.
Silence. You'll get us spotted. There are orcs in this room, and they've got bows and arrows.
We need to devise a plan.
Okay, I got a plan. You attack them while I stand guard, just in case somebody ambushes us.
Sounds like something a coward would say to avoid a fight.
Absolutely not. It's very rational behavior.
I've got a bow, too. I can shoot arrows.
Yikes! Another good reason to take cover. When you're behind an obstacle, you're less likely to get hit. Even by friendly fire.
Well, got no choice if we want to move ahead. We got to get rid of those orcs. How many are there?
I can only see one of them right now. But the others must be close.
I got you. A group of 1. I hate people who make a fuss over nothing.
When fighting alone, charging head-on is fine. But when in a group, a battle must be planned. Careful positioning can save you from crushing defeats.
Alright, so there's friendly fire in this game. Good to know. During the planning phase, you can deploy your characters before combat starts. You can now position your characters in the highlighted area. Movement doesn't cost action points during the planning phase, so you can take as long as you want to strategize. I see a couple things to stand behind. However, take cover on the highlighted tile to protect too. Full cover can protect you from ranged attacks that give your opponent a 50% penalty to their precision. Now select the ranger. Hiding behind half cover will not fully protect you from ranged attackers, but the attacker will suffer a 25% penalty to precision when attacking you. Thief. Position him in one of the highlighted tiles so that he's protected from ranged attacks and can sneak up on the orc. Here's how the order of action is determined. Initiative is ranked depending on the character's courage. If their courage is equivalent, the higher agility is prioritized than the level of the characters. If their levels are the same, then it's up to chance. The orc is now in Overwatch, which means he's keeping an eye on the area and will attack any enemy that enters it. Since he's not moved before going to Overwatch, he can make 2 Overwatch shots. If he had moved, he would only be able to make 1 shot. The ranger could move forward, but this would get him shot by the orc in Overwatch. Too dangerous. Time to talk about the ability to delay your turn. If a character has not used any action points, they can delay their turn to play at the end of the round. They will act their normal initiative the following turn. It's a useful ability when you'd like to let another character, friend or foe, act before you do. Now delay the ranger's turn. Thief is not the toughest or even the bravest of fighters, but he can dish out a lot of damage and interfere with your foes. Time to get rid of this orc's Overwatch. Mouse over him to make his Overwatch area appear on the ground. This is the Overwatch area the enemy is watching. If one of your characters enters this area, they'll be targeted by an Overwatch shot. A character who has entered Overwatch mode without moving before, like this one, can shoot twice. If a character in Overwatch takes damage, or if an enemy moves right next to him, their Overwatch will be cancelled. During movement, you can set some waypoints. By holding left control and pressing left mouse button, this will give you the ability to determine a specific path for your character instead of the suggested path. If the movement area becomes orange, this means you'll sprint. If the movement area becomes orange, this means you will sprint. Sprinting will allow you to move further but will consume both your action points and end your turn. Move the thief closer by setting waypoints on the highlighted tiles to cancel the orc's Overwatch. You can also use Alt to make active Overwatch zones appear. Click. Click. The elf is a former pony grooming champion, braiding category. She's also the least bad character with the bow and has some support skills that can be quite useful. Mouse over the highlighted tile. This will show the aiming arcs of the targets the elf can shoot at. Aiming arcs enable you to preview which targets you can reach by mousing over a tile. The color of the arcs vary depending on your precision. Usually archers cannot shoot if an enemy is at melee range, unless the latter is knocked over, stunned, or frozen. Move the elf onto the highlighted tile so she can shoot the orc. First, select the standard ranged attack, then mouse over the orc to ready your shot. Your range is highlighted in red on the ground. The enemies within range are also highlighted in red. The range of ranged attacks varies depending on your weapon and some skills. Since the orc is outside your maximum range, you'll suffer a 10% penalty to your precision against him. If a character, friend or foe, is adjacent to your target in the line of sight, they will be highlighted in orange, meaning there is a chance your shot hits them by accident. The probability of this happening is equivalent to 10% of your precision. It is shown in red in your precision detail, collateral damage. Long range minus 10%, collateral damage minus 7%. Okay, I see. Now attack the orc with your ranged attack.
And strike!
Now that the Orc's vigilance has been cancelled, you can safely move the ranger forward on the highlighted tile. Great, now select your melee attack and mouse over the Orc. Now let's talk about support. This is a crucial mechanic. When an ally is oriented towards the target, like the thief here, they will provide you with their support. Usually support will grant you a 5% bonus to your precision, but you can stack multiple supporters, but only with melee attacks. Characters with high charisma will gain a higher bonus to their precision for every supporting character. Here, the ranger has a 9% bonus to his precision instead of 5% thanks to his charisma. Finally, a support does not require an action. A character can support an attack even if they have already taken their turn for this round. Keep that in mind when orienting your characters.
Ha! Not bad.
The Orc just took 2 opportunity attacks to the face when fleeing. Each character controls the 3 tiles in front of them. If an enemy leaves this area, they will be hit by an opportunity attack. This type of attack deals slightly less damage than a normal attack, but cannot be dodged or parried. It can still miss, however. Be mindful of opportunity attacks when planning your moves.
I'm a leader.
Achievement unlocked. GG easy. Victory. Well, we got the lame ass longbow. Okay, doesn't look like anyone needs healing.
Woohoo! We won!
We did, thanks to my perfect planning. Let's keep going. The others can't be that far.
Okay, another 560 experience to all heroes. Where to?
Ah, finally, there you are.
Yeah, well, we had to fight off hordes of orcs to get here.
Bloodthirsty and cunning orcs, mind you.
And you wouldn't believe the stink in those toilets.
You're losing me. He says he's stuck and can't open the gate.
Looks like some kind of pantry, but it's empty.
He says he only had a small bite.
I see. There must be some kind of mechanism somewhere.
Levers can be far from the mechanism they activate.
Investigate the room for a lever to free the ogre. Yeah, okay, cool. That's tab. Start off by looting this. And over here is the lever.
Here we go, it's opening!
Aw, I'm happy too, buddy.
I'd have expected him to bend the bars.
He was too anxious to be on his own. Ogres are very sensitive.
All the cumbersome stuff the party finds usually ends up stashed in the ogre's bag because he's the strongest. Since it's rather impractical to rummage through, we've come up with an interface for you.
Okay, now open the inventory. I assume? The ogre is the one who carries all your inventory on the right, but each character has their own equipment on the left. There's a weight limit to your inventory, so you can't just carry everything around with you. Look, the bow you found in your last combat. Mouse over to check out its characteristics. The lame-ass longbow. I guess you could use it as a fishing rod. You can read about the characteristics of a weapon in the highlighted area. All weapons share the same 4 stats, but some also have additional magical properties. Damage, precision, critical chance, critical damage. Each character can be equipped with a main weapon and a secondary weapon, with the exception of the ogre and the wizardess, who only have 1 weapon slot. The ranger can equip a bow as a secondary weapon. Equip the bow you just found with right mouse button, or by dragging it onto the secondary weapon slot with the left mouse button. You can navigate between characters by clicking on their portraits. Look, the portrait of the ogre is red. This means that he suffers from an injury. A character gets injured when they become unconscious during combat or take too much damage from a trap during exploration. Move the cursor over the ogre's injury to get more information. A level 1 wounded leg. Injuries are permanent attribute penalties. They can be healed with specific consumables or by resting at a tavern. You will suffer the penalty associated with the injury as long as it is not healed. If a character falls in combat again while still wounded, the injury will get worse, raising the corresponding penalty. There are 3 wound thresholds. Use a bandage from your inventory to heal this nasty looking injury. To use the bandage, you can left mouse click like regular objects or click and drag the bandage with left mouse button directly onto the injury. You can also left mouse click directly on the injury. Like this. Bandage. Get back to the game with escape whenever you're ready.
Well, I found some writing materials in his bag. I should be able to map the dungeon now.
The wizardess keeps the map updated. It's usually best to act as if you know where you're going, although I'm pretty used to most players f***ing around by clicking haphazardly.
So passive aggressive. I love the narrator. Alright guys, I'm going to end off this part of the Let's Play here.